What's up, Jaja gang? Boop, 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 boop. You're now tuned in to Jaja Jocelyn. And if you're not yet a part of my subscribers list, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button and become a part of my family. Okay, so today we are here because we're talking about being emotionally ignorant. Okay, this is in response, and basically this is kind of like a dwelling on my TikTok that I posted. So the TikTok that I posted, I'm going to insert it here for you guys to see, and we're going to be kind of talking a little bit more about it so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. Good evening, kings and queens. This message is for the kings. Kings, I know that you've been brought up to not show emotion. I know that you've been brought up to be tough. Okay? We basically program our men to provide and to be protectors and things of that sort. However, what I've discovered is that we lack in the emotional department. And that's in part due to the way that we've been brought up, or the way that we have raised our men. Okay? I want to encourage the kings tonight and let you guys know that it is okay to go to therapy. It is okay to seek your own healing. I'm going to tell you why. It's because we look at you as queens. We queens look at you. And when we get in a relationship with you, or when we decide to get married to you, and we actually help unpack your baggage. And what I mean by unpack your baggage, I mean unpack everything that's in you, and we're able to strip you down and see the innermost vulnerable parts of you. And when we realize everything that's not healed, that has not been addressed, that has not been touched, it's overwhelming. And typically it takes a man a long time to even show that. And if you have a woman, and especially if you're expecting your woman to come in a relationship and to come into something already prepared, you're expecting her to already be there, already be willing to submit, already have her stuff together and be ready, for you. But you got all of these unaddressed issues. And for some reason, society has made you ashamed to address it. Basically, call soft, call weak for expressing your emotion. Stop that. Fix that. Please. For your sake and ours. Thank you. All right, guys. So I'm going to cut it off there, and we're going to just hop right into it. We teach our boys that are growing up, that are basically going to grow up to be men. We teach them to suppress their emotions. We teach them that crying is weak. And then as you become, older, those kind of childhood effects can trickle over into your adulthood and into any relationships that you have to have, anything that you decide to pursue in your life. So I was coming on because I had encountered so much from men that it just clicked that they are emotionally ignorant. Sometimes the word ignorant can come with a negative connotation, but ignorance just simply means that you don't know. That's all ignorance means. When you don't have ability to express emotion, they can really become unhealthy, really unhealthy. And then I said it was okay to go to therapy because us in the Black community, we really don't go to therapy. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea who implanted this seed amongst us and it just had spread like wildfire. I have no idea. But therapy is good. It's a lot of people that have gone to therapy. I, myself, one of them. And it's proven to be essential in my life. Essential. And anybody that has ever gone to therapy can tell you the same thing. It is essential. Once you go, you're like, how could I have ever lived my life and gone throughout life without coming here? But you could be a man, right? And let's say, for instance, that something as simple as hoish tendencies. What you really find out is that you seek validation from women. So you're constantly sleeping with these women. You're constantly seducing all of these women because that's your source of validation. That's your source of feeling worthy as a man. That's what, really makes you feel of value. If you can be able to gain a woman, get a woman, have a woman at your leisure or at your disposal, and, do what you want with her, do what you please, right? But let's say you're doing that now in your adulthood, right? When really what the issue really is, what the root cause of that is abandonment from your father when you were a kid. You get what I'm saying? So because you didn't address that abandonment issue with your father, because, abandonment can really hold weight with you. It can really carry over. It could cause you to feel like you're not enough. A lot of that, the questioning and the unresolved things and things like that can carry over into your adulthood and have a multitude of effects on how you go throughout life. In the video, I was basically saying, like, a woman, if she helps you unpack out of your baggage, let's say that she does decide to love you. If you really have like a true woman, like a woman that loves you for you and observes you, looks at you, studies you a little bit, sooner or later, it's going to come out. It's going to come out what issues you have and what you struggle with. You may not be able to put two and two together, but she may be able to put two and two together, or he may be able to put two and two together. Why? Because they're on the outside looking on the inside of you and loving you. And they're going to remember all of the stories that you told them, everything that you shared with them about your childhood. They're going to remember some of the stories that you shared about your exes. They're going to remember all of that. All. Well, this is why you had an outburst, because of this. And this is why you had an outburst, because of this. When really it already stemmed from this. Okay, I'm getting it now. I'm seeing it now. Sometimes when you try to help them and say, well, let's get help. Let's go to counseling. Let's go to therapy. And they deny it, or they lie like they gonna go and don't go. It becomes overwhelming because you really want the best for this person. You really want this person to heal. And it seems like sometimes you desire it a little bit more than they do. It seems like you want it a little for them a little bit more than they do. In the midst of you wanting betterment for your partner and the person that you're with, in the midst of you wanting that, they're still having outbursts. They're still struggling with so much, and they don't really see a problem, or they don't treat the problem with a sense of urgency as much as they should. You could be doing so much as a partner. I mean, you could be suggesting therapy, you could be suggesting counseling, you could be praying for them, you could be anointing them in their sleep and going to church, praying for them. They won't go to church. They won't go to church. Every Sunday come, they don't go to church. It could be really discouraging. And by this time, they don't even realize it, all because they won't fix an issue. They won't even do the self-healing. And you basically feel defeated. You feel like, nah, I'm good on you. And then by the time you've given up, you're done, you're finished, and you're like, nah. Because those outbursts of anger from their trauma and shit that they've been through, those outbursts could have been them physically abusing you. Those outbursts could be them emotionally abusing you. It's deep. It's deep. That's why I say, go get therapy. Being able to express emotion and being able to recognize emotion is important. Okay? It's healthy. It's healthy. Not expressing emotion, suppressing emotion, keeping it inward, and not finding a way to express it is a recipe for a potential problem. That's how you lead to outbursts. That's how you have outbursts of anger. But basically, guys, I wish you guys happy healing. I wish you guys the best in your lives. And I hope that everything works out for you. I hope that everything works. Until next time, Jaja Gang, we out.